Hello, Internet. It is Monday, August 26th. I am your host, Chet Siegel, and it's National Women's Equality Day. So don't get your lady flowers unless you get yourself some too. And this is your Guyism Speed Round. San Diego Mayor Bob Filner resigned last week after 17 different women made sexual harassment claims against him. Filner said that he's stepping down because his hands are just too full of boobies. In Oregon, a man intentionally drove his motorhome into a bar. After the crash, the man said, "Sweet, my renovations are done. Take a look at my new bar." Meth lab busts have gone up 400% in Ohio in the last 5 years. So thanks, Breaking Bad, for making meth production look so fun. A pimp was arrested while wearing a t-shirt that said, "I make pimpin' look easy." The back of the shirt read, "And I make being a cop even easier." A West African man was caught with yellow cake uranium powder in his shoes at JFK Airport last week. While he was being arrested, the man said, "Wait, so this won't cure my athlete's foot? Shit, I was ripped off." In New Zealand, a jetpack that was successfully tested indoors with a human pilot could sell for upwards of $140,000. That's a pricey little death trap. Jetpacks, for when your private plane is just too big and safe. NSA officers have used the agency's enormous eavesdropping powers to spy on their love interests because, well, duh. Just 3 days before his Fort Hood shooting rampage, Officer Nadal Hassan received a glowing evaluation that actually emphasized his expertise at handling cases of post-traumatic stress disorder. Wow. Maybe he was so good that he wanted to create some trauma that even he couldn't treat. Here's a smarty pants joke for you. Muriel Siebert, the very first woman to buy a seat on the New York Stock Exchange, died over the weekend. Her initial public offering was rejected, and so the cancer waited for a bull market and then averaged her down. She was 80 years old. An enormous wildfire in Yosemite National Park consumed 15,000 acres of land and is only continuing to grow. Some evacuated campers said, "We didn't start the fire. The fire was burning since we got here yesterday. Why did we set up camp then? I'm beginning to rethink this entire vacation now." Syria will finally allow the UN to inspect a chemical weapons attack site today. Unfortunately, there may be no traces of the chemical left by then. This is like if police had allowed Amanda Bynes to just go outside her apartment, clean up all the broken bong shards, go back upstairs, spray some Febreze, put a couple drops of Visine in her eyes, and then calmly allow the police back into her apartment. This is some bullshit, Syria. Yesterday was National Topless Day, and so women all over the country took off their shirts, unhooked their bras, and marched for equality. Because wearing heart-shaped nipple stickers is certainly the best way to show the world that you deserve respect. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's Guyism Speed Round. I have been and will continue to be Chet Siegel. If you liked what you saw, click that like button on down below, shoot this link to a couple of your nearest and dearest, and if you got questions for me, ask them on my Facebook page, or tweet them at me, at Chet Siegel. Either way, it'll get to me, I promise. And come back tomorrow for more headlines that you need to know. And it wouldn't be a speed round without my best friend and sidekick, the Saw. So, Saw, what did you think of the VMAs last night? I know, completely one note and boring. Got out, house by house, street by street. There's a bridge ahead. When we get on the bridge, we'll set fire to the city. Ooh, that hiccup got me into soul. How slick would it be if I could like wink and then wink on the other side? It just looks like I'm having a seizure. Unfortunately, this isn't hot at all. It's just kind of weird. Oh, and now my vision's blurry. Saw, what did you think of that joke? He loved it. The Saw loved it.